Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this world that is called Earth. So, I thought, I've got some time, it's Sunday afternoon, I close in 45 minutes and then I've got to drive to Glasgow to pick my daughter up. Yes, taxi dad. But anyway, I thought, if I'm going to drive to Glasgow, I'm going to need something to vape on the way. It's about a 3-hour drive from here. So, I thought I'll get all excited with my favourite ever RDA. And I'll explain why when I show you in the video. But it's my favourite. It's called the Memphisto. Okay, it's an old school RDA. Dual coil or single coil. You can set it up for whatever you really want. But it's my favourite and I'll show you the reason why when I build it. It's going to get this taken apart, put back together again, get some cotton in it, wick it up, and it's going to be good to go. So I'll get this set up. We'll get the camera pointing down instead of on my beautiful face. And then I'll show you the reasons why I think it's probably the best RDA ever. Bear with me for 10 seconds. Right, so here's just a little collection of my favourite things since I'm doing my favourite RDA. V-God, love it. Paranormal, love it. DNA 166 Theron, love it. Yep, I do. I think it's beautiful. Yep. My Purge Twisted, hello beautiful. I love you. You're very twisty. Look at the twist. Look at this. You can tell I polished it, can't you? Yes, it's very good. I like it. And of course, my old school RX 200, which everyone on the planet bought about 2 years ago. Mine's wrapped. But this little puppy is a nice 22mm Memphisto. Alright, El Diablo Memphisto. And it's a bit battered, as you can tell. It's a bit, it's got some scrapes on it, but that's because it's been used. Okay? I have a collection of stuff that doesn't get used, but the Memphisto is the one that I've sort of like always gone back to, purely and simply because it just does its job and it works every single time. So, we'll get this put on here. I'm gonna shudder when I have a look at this. Why don't you go in there properly? There you go. Helps if you put it in properly in. It really does. Okay, so here we go. The Memphisto. 3 posts. Yes, 3 posts. But the beautiful thing about this is, you see these? They're like flathead screws. You could put anything in here and these things will bite down. And these screws have never been replaced. None of the O-rings have ever been replaced. This was built to last, okay? It's quality. Absolute quality at its very best. It's one of the best build decks I think has ever been invented. With proper screws, like none of these stupid like Allen key jobbies that are just pants that you're just going to round off and you're going to kill. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a flathead screwdriver. Hello beautiful. And I'll take this one apart. Look at how easy that is, man. Finger tight. All 3 undone without any issue. Rounding is never going to happen. Let's get this old coil out of here. There we go. Put that in my handy dandy bin bucket. And then I'm just going to get an old piece of, remember when I tell you, keep these bits because they're good for cleanups. Just get an old bit of Muji just to give it a bit of a clean. Alright, it doesn't take much. Just give it a wipe over. Give it a fresh burst of life. Get your tweezers in there. Get it nice. I mean, you can put it through an ultrasonic cleaner, which will basically get rid of anything, but to be honest with you, looking at this, it's pretty damn clean anyway. You know, there's nothing to worry about. So, what am I going to put in this build today? Very simply, I'm going to use my old school favourite, 0.6. 22 gauge, 23 gauge. Alright, that's what I'm going to be using. And the way I'm going to do it is very simple. I'm going to pull off just enough. Look, my bandaloon's not working, so I'll have to take this off and redo it. Bandaloons are cool until they don't work. So you've got to just put it through this little hole. Get in your house. Get in. Get a hold of it. Pull it through, and then you're never going to get a spider's web because you can let go and it doesn't spool off and turn into just a nasty pile of cack. So I'm going to pull off about 12 inches. I'm not going to use anywhere near that much, to be honest with you. And then all I'm going to do, I'm not going to straighten it, there's no need. Get it in half. Snippety snip, snip, snip. That's all I'm going to use. And what I am going to use today is the Coil Master jig. And it's going to be a 3mm, because we love 3mm. 3mm is good for multiple reasons. It's easy to put the cotton through it, and it just works. Alright, it's a nice size for a coil. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to do 6 wraps on the Coil Master with the 22 gauge on each side. And it's going to be a tight build. It's not going to be a spaced build like I would normally do with 22 gauge. So all you do is push it through the left hand hole, about an inch through it, and you can hold that down with your thumb. Attach your 3mm, which is this side, 3mm. Push it on, push that down so it gets underneath this little screw, this little grub you can see here. And then all I'm going to do is turn. I'm applying all the pressure in around it. I'm not pushing down. You don't need to. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, once you've got that on there, you just literally pull it out. And what I'm going to do is finish off that 6th wrap by just putting it back on the Coil Master. Here's the one that was through it. And I'm just going to turn that down and then hold on to it while I turn it. So that when it's finished, you got them both of the legs pointing out in the same direction. Okay? And that's it. It's a simple build. It works. So I'll repeat the process. Chuck it through the left hand side, about an inch, hold it down, put your 3mm on it, and then push it down, and then twist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, pull it out, reverse it, get a hold of the coil, and just simply turn that down, hold the coil and give it a bit of a twist. So that you got both pointing in the same direction as each other. And you've got 2 lovely little formed coils. The good thing about the Coil Master is it's consistent. It's a very simple device. You push, you twist, it's a job done. It makes a perfect coil every single time. You know, they're identical. And the reason why I'm doing them tight is because it's a 3-post deck. So with 3-post deck, all I've got to do is literally put it through. And I'm going to show you my little trick of working this out. So I'll attach it and I'll tighten up the negative post first. Okay? That's going to be nice and tight. Then I'll take a 3mm screwdriver, which is this one here. It will fit perfectly, and I'm just going to push that along so it's towards the center. Okay? And then I'm going to snip this end off on the positive side. So I'll take the snips, I'll probably snip them both off actually. So watch your eyes when you're doing this, because if it pings and gets you, you'll know about it. Eyes. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to guesstimate right now how much I'm going to cut off, just by visually checking it. So I'm putting the coil over the top of it, and I'm just going to cut off where I think it's going to be right. Because this leg, the long one, is going to go through here, and you can cut that off dead easy. And that looks pretty good. So I'll get my 3mm screwdriver, hold it in place, and then tighten this negative post up. nice and tight, it's not going anywhere. And then I'm just going to push this along into the centre, and then I'll tighten this up slowly because it's going to bite onto both legs. Just do this one slowly. And that's nice, and that's tight. So I'm going to snip this one off now. Watch your eyes again. Honestly, I'm going to say eyes. You'll notice I'll say eyes every time I cut, because it's dangerous. You don't want this in your eyes. It's not good. And that's a nice little build. So I'm going to get rid of all these bits here. Put them in my little bin. Don't need the screwdrivers anymore, and I don't need the snips. But I am going to use some of the ceramic tweezers to play with this. So I'll put it on the fire mode. And now what I'm going to do, I'll zoom in with this. Okay, so that's in there now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pulse it. About 3 seconds, just to get it started up. And you'll see it's not firing evenly right now, but it will in a matter of seconds. So all I'm going to do is take my ceramic tweezers, and just scrimp these together, and pulsing at the same time, give them a bit of a strum. And what I might do actually, where's my little 3-0 screwdriver? What I'm going to do is I'm going to get them hot, okay? So I'll get these hot, and then when this is, let go of the button, put my 3mm screw in there and just give it a bit of a push to get it more centered. Because that's what you really want, you want it centered. Pulse. Let go. And just give it a bit more of a push to get it in the center. The only other thing you've got to really check, and it's basically they're at the same height. The reason for this is the air hole. Alright, you can see that is basically just under the coil. So the air is going to come in under the coil, go all the way around it, and that's going to sing. We've got on here 7 wraps of 22 gauge on each side, firing. Yeah, look at them. Beauty. Beautiful. The last thing I do, okay, is I make sure that these are tight, because when you've got any type of heat going through something, it can loosen them off. So they're all tight. I think this is going to be about a 0.2 build, 7 wraps each side, tight, 0.23. So there we go, 0.23, lovely. We like 0.2. 0.2 is my favourite little ohmage. And now we're going to get some of my favourite Muji, peel off the sides. And we're going to, if you want to know how I do this, watch every other video I've done on building a coil. I'll go through this in greater detail of what I'm doing and why I'm doing. But basically, just to get this done, fold these over, roll them, kill them, and then twist them. Number 2. Slowly pull apart, kill them. This side's killing better. Twist it, pour through, let go. Handy dandy razor. This is a different one, but any one will do. I like razor blades over cutting with scissors. And do them both at the same time, at the same length on both sides. Watch your fingers. Excess. centralise it. Put the razor blade away because it's sharp. You know what happens with sharp things, you can cut yourself. Safe. Back in the box. And then, of course, the star of every show, the pointy thing. Everyone's been asking me where I got it from. Well, it was part of a watchmaking kit. So, pointy thing, in, back, dump, into the side, in and around, dump, in, round, and dump, in, round, and dump. Check that you've got a gap between the coil and the base of your deck on both sides. It's beautiful, look at that, isn't that pretty? Get this set up so it's on dual coil, so there's an air hole on both sides. There we go, air hole, air hole. Job done. What we're going to put in today, well, let's put in, no, let's not do that one. Let's put in some of this Little Havana. If you haven't tried this, please do. Okay, Little Havana is beautiful. Right, I'm going to get this wicked up and then we'll take it back upstairs, we'll have a vape. Wicked up, covered in juice, lovely jubbly. Air holes lined up with the air hole, with the coils. Get this off here. And stick it on top of the paranormal. Going to check the air holes are lined up. There we go. Air holes are lined up. And that is coming in at 0.29, 0.25. So I'm going to put that down to about 50 watts. Okay. Just to start off with. Always start off lower than where you're going to end up. Because there's no point in burning cotton, burning juice. So I'll take that down to about 50. Go on. There we go. 49.9. There we go. 50 watts. That's working nicely. Alright. So, that was the quickest Memphisto build ever. Very simple build. You don't have to make fancy coils to make vape be awesome. Okay? 7 wraps at 22 gauge, spaced or tight together. 3mm. Comes in at 0.3 now, after it's been messed around. Anything between 0.2 and 0.3. It's good for me. I like that build. I don't want to go too low, and I don't want to go too high. I love it when there's a little bit of juice comes down the side. It's like, ooh. So, 50 watts. It's singing. Oh, it's singing, listen. Vape me, Ian. Vape me. The one thing you'll find, right, with cotton, is it's probably going to take about 2mm to get rid of the cotton taste. That's the first vape I've had off it, which is why it's good to sort of like pulse it a few times before you fire it and start vaping on it. But about 2 minutes of your life, you're going to get a little bit of vapey cotton. And then by the time you top this puppy up, the cotton will be bedded in, okay? I've got a bit of this Little Havana. I transferred. I like squeezy bottles, so I transferred. That's why there's no label on it. This is Little Havana. It's the last of the little bottle I had left, so this one's about to fill it up. Oops, my fault, my bad. So that's now, oh look, come on, get me a little, just a little bit. Yep, that's the one for me. I like that a lot. Tasting juice is probably one of the easiest ways to try and see if you like a juice. I know of no shops that let you do that, except me. I'll let you taste it. You can taste juice, it's not going to hurt you. Best thing to do is get a bit of juice, put it on the roof of your mouth, and then taste it. Your taste buds work really well. And if you ever get things like Vapor's tongue, where you just can't taste anything and everything tastes the same. Cheese. Eat some strong cheese. Wensleydale, Cheshire. Cheddar's not really a strong cheese, it's just good for the top of like jacket potatoes, to be honest with you. But you can get round Vapor's tongue with coffee, Heisenberg, I suppose. Heisenberg will reset your taste buds because it's, gosh, I hate Heisenberg. That's just not my thing. I don't like fruity things. I don't know why. It's just never been my bag, you know what I mean? But caramels and stuff like that, yeah. We like caramels, we like sweet tobaccos, we like cake, we do. It's a great way of losing weight. Have a vape of some strawberry cheesecake instead of eating some strawberry cheesecake. You can lose pounds on the vape diet. There'll be something like that come out soon. So that is the Memphisto. I love this thing. I've had it for about 5 years. It is my go-to RDA for testing all the flavours because it's great. The airflow is just right for me. Some people say it's tight. Well, I don't care. But it's my bag. I love it. One of the nicest build decks to work with because it's not faffy. It's not tiny. It's not too big. It's just the right size. And when you're building it, a simple, like 6-7 wraps, 22 gauge. 3mm, tight. It goes in any mod, any RDA. There's not really any I could think of apart from maybe the Mini Goblin, which is, I'm never going to do the Mini Goblin. Don't ever ask me to do the Mini Goblin. I shouldn't have said that. But I'm not going to, I don't own a one, so I can't do it. But the Mini Goblin was one of them. Either you're going to flood it, you're going to get a dry hit, or it's going to be perfect. When it is perfect, you'd never change the cards again. But it works, and I love it because it just works. And it's my go-to RDA. It's one of the first RDAs I bought, and I was really lucky to find the one that works for me. I love Mesh, the Mesh Pro. I love it, and I love my .com, hello.com. Haven't seen you in a long time. Very nice. And I also love my Raven's Moon. The Raven's Moon is something a bit special. For those of you who know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't, search, just do 5 minutes research, not even 5 minutes, 35 seconds of your life. Research Raven's Moon RDA setup. And then you'll understand why it's special. I love the V-God and I love the Kennedy RDA, all of which are really easy to build on. Anybody can build on them and they just work really well. The Mesh is a great for a mech. I love it. Lovely flavour, great clouds, but Memphisto, baby. It's only 22mm, so it looks a bit silly on top of something like this. You need something bigger really on the top of here because it's tiny. But when you've got yourself a little Attitude mod, which fits a 22mm RDA, it's a perfect little one battery mod to do it with, and it works. So, from Castle Vape on a Sunday afternoon, have a great day, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you again with some more exciting things and magical things that will happen next week in the lair that is Castle Vape in the basement. For all those of you who know where we are, come and see us. Mention the word gobbledygook and you get a free gift. Let's just see how many people actually use the word gobbledygook when they come into the shop. That would be quite fun to do. If you're watching this and you come to my shop, say Ian gobbledygook and you'll get a free prize. Amazing! Alright, so from me to you and everyone else on the planet, arrivederci das vidania, hasta mañana, ciao, arigato, and I'll see you later. Bye for now. Toodles.